What's going on, you guys? So I know for the last video a lot of you guys liked the dorm room tour that I had, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you the hallway that I had this past year at the dorms. Now, to kind of introduce this video, as I mentioned in the last one, I moved out of the dorms a couple weeks ago and I've been living at my mom and my dad's houses. Now, since I've moved back in, I haven't really been doing any of my own cooking. I've just kind of been enjoying the food that my parents have been making, and I wanted to kind of show you guys how I went about picking my own food and eating when somebody else is cooking and I'm not necessarily in control of the eating environment. Because that is something that's really new to me. In the past, wherever I went, I would bring my own food, I would pack my own bag, I would make my own food. So this is kind of a new transition, and I just want to show that you still can eat it intuitively and find balance even when you're not necessarily in direct control of what you're going to be eating. And you can still make choices that make sense for you. So without further ado, here's the video. We are about to have a little bit of Father's Day home-cooked dinner. I'll show you guys that real quick. There's some roasted turkey there, still left over from Thanksgiving because we stocked up. Some eggplant parm, which I've been craving for the last hour or so because it's been cooking and it smells delicious, and I've actually really been craving eggplant recently, so that was good timing. And then a little bit of this Greek salad with some tomatoes, lettuce, radishes, I'll pick the radishes out, peppers, cucumbers, and Kalamata olives, and feta cheese. So there's my dish. It is very pretty looking. Pretty nice. I'll probably get some more of that eggplant stuff when I'm done with it. So today for dinner we kind of have an assortment of stuff. My mom just cooked up and got ready. We have from Trader Joe's a little creamy spinach and carrot polenta. Just ready to serve. Heat it in the microwave for 4 minutes. And then my mom made this little broccoli slaw stir fry. I'm not really sure what it is, but I'll try some of that. And then we have 2 stuffed peppers from Trader Joe's. Just gonna mix and match that a little bit, throw it on my plate. Kind of improvising as I go. So I got a little bit of mix and match of everything there. Gonna try the pepper, have half of that. If I like it, I'll have a little more. We'll see, might leave some stuff, but that is my dinner. So for the next day dinner, we have another little variety of food on the plate. Got some protein, some veggies, some starch in there. We have some little turkey meatloaf muffins, I'm not really sure what you call them. Some shredded carrots, some zucchini and mushrooms in teriyaki sauce, and some of this Trader Joe's potatoes stuff. It's pretty tasty. Directly from France. And so that's kind of what I'm having tonight, so kind of mixing things up a little bit. Not really, I didn't choose any of this really, it was just kind of all there, and so I'm gonna eat what I like. So everybody always talks about how rolling burritos is really, really difficult. Everybody, either when they're rolling burritos, whether it's YouTube videos or in real life, everybody when they're rolling their burritos or when they come back from Chipotle and have their burritos rolled, have to make some sort of comment about rolling burritos and how difficult it is and what an art it is when and that it's an art form, and when somebody does it correctly, it's like magic. Well, my mama is making pierogi, which are a Russian food, little pastry thing filled with various fillings, whatever you want to put in it. And just watch her roll these little pierogi. This puts any burrito roller to shame. So they start off like this. It's just a little pastry and it's filled with whatever you want to fill inside. Here we have some rice and eggs crumpled up. So she's going to make that into that all in one fell swoop. Look at that! That is twice the length of a burrito! And there are some of them cooking in the oven! And here's what they end up looking like. Nice and fresh out of the oven. Here's the traditional form of the pierogi. That is pro status rolling right there. She would be a champ at Chipotle. And now I want a breakfast burrito. Good morning, Fit Fam. It's around 7:40 a.m. I'm about to hit the gym. I'm supposed to be hitting the gym at 8 a.m. Getting an early morning workout in before, because I'm gonna have lunch at 11:30 with one of my friends. And it's a little bit earlier than I like, but we'll see about that. But kind of going to back to the topic of It doesn't need to be perfect. You can kind of go with the flow sometimes. Right now, I am about to have a little Premier protein bar, just a yogurt peanut crunch one. It's not ideal. I kind of would prefer a peanut butter chocolate one, but I'm out of those. Honestly, I would kind of like a sandwich or something like that. Like a Quest bar would probably taste better, but also kind of knowing intuitive eating isn't necessarily always about picking the perfect food for you, although that's nice to have. It's nice to pick foods that are appealing to you at the current moment. Sometimes you just might not have the time for that, and that's okay too. And that's kind of where it's okay to be imperfect in this case. So in this case, while I'd rather have something else, I know that A, I don't really have time to sit around and prepare stuff and make toast and make whatever it is that I want. B, I kind of just need something really quick. I just need a quick source of protein and carbs before my workout just to get it fueled up. I know that while I would like some sort of, bigger breakfast, I can't have anything too heavy because then my performance will kind of go down because I'm busy digesting everything rather than just digesting a quick protein bar. And C, while I would prefer a Quest bar, I know and I'm using my intuition for this, I know that I'm going to be doing deadlifts, and I just don't necessarily want to get a ton of fiber in me before I exert a lot of pressure with my legs, if you know what I'm saying. Things don't always need to be perfect. You can kind of just go with the flow sometimes, that's okay. I'm going to have my little cup of black tea and my protein bar. I'm going to grab some C4 before I head out, and then I will go to the gym, which is also another topic of not everything has to be perfect. The plates at 24-Hour Fitness, there are no bumper plates and they're all hexagonal. So that's kind of going to be a pain to deadlift with, but you kind of got to go with the flow sometimes, and that's what I am learning and doing right now. What's up, you guys? It is probably about 6 hours later. I believe it's around 2:30 right now, and I'm sitting in the parking lot of the blood center. I got my workout in. Those deadlifts were kind of a pain in the butt to try to deal with, but you know what? I kind of have to go with the flow sometimes. I had lunch with one of my friends who I hadn't seen in like 2 years, and that was really fun. We ended up going to this little Thai place. We hadn't decided. We decided that we were going to have lunch together earlier this week, but we didn't actually decide where we were going to go until probably about half an hour at the most before we actually met up, which was kind of crazy to me to think about, because I know a year ago when I was actually counting macros, I would have needed to know where we were going, what I was eating a week ago. I would have been planning my entire week around this one time that we were dining out. I probably would have insisted that it was somewhere that had nutritional information on it, so something like Chipotle or a different chain of some sort. And if I didn't have any say in the place that we were going to and it didn't have nutritional information or macros posted, I would have to do tons of research ahead of time to try to figure out what the most macro friendly thing ever was. And it was just kind of cool to be able to go with the flow. I'm serious when I say this, you guys. Learn to trust yourself. If you're counting macros, that's great. Whatever works for you. But on those off days, learn to trust yourself and learn to relax a little bit, and you'll find that you're able to enjoy the time with people that you have much more. And I was just really thankful to be able to kind of actually go with the flow this time and not know where we're going to be eating and be able to just pick off the menu once we're there. Which was pretty cool. I did end up getting, I'm not going to go without showing you guys any food porn. It is from my cell phone, so I apologize if the quality is not super awesome, but I ended up getting this little lunch combo. It was a little combo of crispy chicken with some pad thai on the side with some white rice. I didn't really have any of the white rice, and some crab wontons in a sweet sauce. Actually, they were cheese wontons. The cheese wontons were delicious. I had all of the chicken. Didn't touch the rice, had a little bit of the pad thai, and then after that I had a little appointment to go give blood. Apparently it's the 6th time I've given blood, which I've kind of lost track, but kind of going back to talking about the theme of this video, which is not chasing perfection and being able to go with the flow. One of the reasons that often frequently stop me from giving blood in the past is the fact that you're not really supposed to exercise within do any sort of strenuous exercise within 24 or 48 hours afterwards. And I was always like, well, I would have to do it on a rest day, and it was just, stupid things like I didn't want to go give blood because it would be inconvenient because I had a day of lifting or something afterwards like that, or I had to go work out the next day, and so it would stop me from doing something that would potentially benefit many people. And I really regret it because, you know, for example, if the blood drive was on Tuesday and I had to train that day or I had to train the next day, I wouldn't do it because it would interrupt my workout regimen or my training regimen. Which is really, looking back at it, I wish I had learned to be more flexible throughout my week. Maybe move my schedule around a little bit just to be able to give to somebody else and do something. And I really regret, and I feel so selfish for not doing something that is can so easily help somebody else. Because it was an inconvenience for me to move around my training schedule, or the timing of my leg versus upper body day wouldn't be optimal if I interrupted and it was so ridiculous. So kind of going back to wrap up this video, I really urge you, especially if you're going in college, especially if you're in college, but really wherever you are in life, learn to be flexible. Learn to be flexible with the food that you're eating. Learn to be flexible with your lifestyle, with your training, with your exercise. Learn to make time for your life to happen, to give back to other people. Don't let your goals become the one and only thing that you live for. I know that sounds really like the thing that you should only be concentrated ever on your top 2 goals. You should also make other goals, like being able to socialize and be with friends and not worry about things, and also be able to give back to other people. And seriously, take the time to learn to trust yourself and to find balance and to be able to balance different things. It's really worth it. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit all over the place, but I hope that you were able to at least get some sort of insight that will help you along in your journey or story or wherever you are. If you like this video, please be sure to hit the thumbs up button. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll talk to you guys next time, and as always, don't stop growing.